Okay. Yeah, here it's 10 p.m. where I'm at. So,
10
yeah,
a.m.
p.m.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
you're in Philippines, right? Ah, yeah, I forgot.
Yes, Philippines. Yes. I was confused for a moment about the time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, nice to meet you, Pavan. Yeah, my name is Jonathan. I'll be
Actually, I
your.
thought you were in America, so I said good morning.
Ah, okay, I see, I see. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I I'm a bit confused with the time zones in the other areas, so I wasn't sure if you were saying it because you were living in some place in the morning. So yeah.
Yeah.
So for today's session, would you like to do a Cambly lesson, free talk, or other material?
We'll just talk freely without a topic.
All right, no problem. And one thing I ask students who I see for the first time is, everyone comes here to Cambly to learn English, practice English, or both, but everyone's different. They have different reasons why they want to learn or practice
Yes.
English. So, how about you? What makes you want to practice here on Cambly, and what are your goals?
So basically, for my area, I mean, like my school or my other areas, I speak fluent English for them. And I don't know how much fluent my English is, but I don't want to lose it. If you talk to people who have less fluency than you, then you will automatically lose your fluency if you talk to them long enough.
Yeah, that's true.
So basically, I want to protect my fluency by talking to other people who are fluent.
All right, no problem. So that's yeah, that's a good way to maintain it, um, maintain
Yeah.
your speaking. Did you study at a mostly an English school or study abroad or anything where you?
Now I study only in India. I haven't even left my state yet.
Okay, all right. So, um, in your state, how often do? Because I know English in India is one of the official languages, but not sure how often it's used between people. How often where you live?
Well, in school, many people try to use it, but they end up using it like they end up translating it like how they speak their mother tongue. Like uh, in Telugu, if you want to say draw something in the middle of the chalkboard, you say chalkboard మధ్యలో draw చెయ్యి. If you translate that to English, chalkboard middle draw something, and they say that.
Okay, all right. I see. I see. That's similar to how some English is said here in the Philippines. Not like a lot like that, but there are some sentences where
Yeah,
people
they
may
end up translating it like they speak it.
exactly. Yeah, it's called transliteration. Transliteration is where you
Yeah,
have a literal translation. Um,
yeah,
yeah.
of
So
each word. Yeah,
of each word. Yeah.
yeah,
So you're in a state that speaks Telugu. Telugu.
Telugu. Yeah, Telugu.
Yeah, I've heard of the language, but I'm not familiar with how to pronounce the name of the language.
It's
Um,
actually a lot of people actually here struggle with Telugu because it's actually quite hard to learn it. But once you get the basics, like if you can read it or speak it correctly, then it's okay. You can speak anything in Telugu.
yeah, and this region that you're in like North India, South India, East, West, which part?
It's South India, South India.
South
Yeah,
India. Okay, all right. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with like the geography of India. I mean, I know what India looks like on a map, the triangle
yeah,
shape, and then the pieces.
yeah. It's like
Yeah,
peninsula in the bottom. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, but not too familiar with like I know of some of the language, Telugu, Hindi, Tamil,
actually,
Punjabi, I
right
think
now
language.
since Punjabi. Yeah, Punjabi is also, I think, a language. We have a lot of languages here.
Yeah, yeah. Just like the Philippines. Philippines has tons of languages as well.
Yeah. Most of Southeast
And also
Asian
English.
countries are like, yeah, most Southeast
Yeah,
Asian countries have a lot of languages.
yeah. Very, very multilingual. Very multilingual.
Yeah.
So,
And right, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
So, anyway, right now, since I'm a trilingual, I can speak Hindi, I can speak my mother tongue, and I can speak English. Right now, I'm also learning Polish, Russian, and German.
Okay, very interesting. So, what makes you want to learn these European languages? Why?
Because I kind of like how they sound and their complexity. Like you can say a single word in Polish and it will literally translate into eight other words in English.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like if you want to say man in Polish, you have to literally say mężczyzna. Like it's so damn long for a three-letter word.
Interesting. And there are many words for one word in that language. I see.
Yes,
Um,
it's actually in German.
okay.
Many words for a single word.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. In German, they have that idea of putting together a bunch of words.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Learning German, Russian, Polish. I forgot what language group Polish is in, but let's say it's right.
Basically, the languages I'm learning are actually a part of history because Germany invaded Poland and committed war crimes there. And then after that, Russia invaded Poland and committed war crimes there. Poland got no break.
Yeah. So learning the language of the victim and the two perpetrators.
Yeah.
So, oh, but why? Like you could choose many different languages, but is there a particular
Well,
reason?
basically, because German sounds angry even if you're speaking it calmly,
Yeah,
and
that's
Russian, it sounds cold blooded even if you speak it in a very happy voice,
yeah,
and Polish sounds like I don't know how to describe it, but when I speak it, it feels like I'm about to break into tears.
interesting. I never thought of
Yeah.
that in Polish. Probably because I haven't really heard Polish much, but yeah, I
Hmm.
agree with the Russian and the German. Um,
And basically, in school, if I managed to learn Germany by the end of my 10th grade, uh, I could use German in my school and absolutely blow the minds of my classmates by
yeah,
shouting random nonsense into a classroom. That would be I don't know how meaningful would that would be, but I would be cracking down on the floor and they wouldn't understand a thing.
yeah, that would be kind of funny to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, Russian I think also has that coldness to it because
yeah.
Slavic people have that tendency to not smile. I don't know why. They're just always
Yes.
like that. We'll
Oh,
just
serious.
yeah,
Like
very very serious.
serious.
Yeah, like really dead serious. Um, but yeah, German does sound angry. I think a lot of people, English speakers, when they hear it, they're always thinking of an angry Hitler or something. Which is
Yeah. It's
more
the first thing everybody thinks when someone says Germany is Hitler.
yeah, yeah, automatically Hitler or Rammstein. Rammstein. They they're very angry sounding band because they're metal, I
Mhm.
guess, and
And
they use
Rasputin
yeah Rasput.
or
I don't
Stalin.
I don't know if Rasputin is angry. Rammstein is a German metal band. They're famous for the
I've never
song.
heard of that name.
Yeah, they're famous for a song "Du hast." That
Mhm.
was it's a very they're kind of an old band, but some people when they think of angry German sounds, they think of Rammstein,
Yeah.
um, because
And
they have this.
I actually regret my teaching my classmates about World War II's history, because now one of my classmates thinks Hitler is cool. Like, bro, he killed 40 million people.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it 40 million or over
um,
6 million? I think
definitely in
6
the
million.
millions. Yeah, definitely in the
Yeah.
millions. Yeah.
And
Well, you
whenever
could.
I bring up the topic of Germany, uh, he raises his hand at a 60-degree angle and goes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
goes the old German saying.
Yeah, that's pretty much what some people like to make, jokes about.
I
I
mean, like,
guess
he's not joking. The funny part is he's not joking. He's actually serious. He's
okay.
actually serious.
Huh.
That's the problem.
Now that's kind of strange. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a bit kind of weird. Most people I know
yeah,
who do that, like they're doing it as like kind of a joke, a dark joke or
yeah,
whatever.
Joe.
Yeah. I think it's kind of scary that someone idolizes someone who kills millions.
Yeah. And I
I guess.
said,
Yeah.
if you actually try any of that, expect a pipe bomb in your mailbox delivered from me.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess the only thing to idolize about him is his ability to be a good speaker. He was able to
Yes,
brainwash a lot of people. Who knows how? I don't know. If I were a marketing
actually,
degree
I
guy,
watched one of his speeches. It's on available on YouTube, and then I understood how people got brainwashed by his speech.
yeah, very charismatic.
Yeah,
But I think to make people susceptible to what he's saying, they have to agree with it to a certain degree.
yeah,
They have to agree with it. I think it probably had something to do with the success. Um, Usually in Jewish communities, they tend to be very successful at what they do. They're really successful.
yeah.
I don't. It's kind of like the Chinese communities here in the Philippines. If you are the Chinese
Mhm.
family, you're really rich because the Chinese here in the Philippines are really good with business. And
Yeah, actually,
I
many people I've seen of Chinese descent in like Asia or somewhere else are quite rich.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the Jewish people tend to also be really good with business as well. Maybe some kind of cultural thing that, because if you look at Hollywood in America, for example, a lot of
Yeah.
people in Hollywood. There was a joke. I think there's a rabbi. I think he made a joke back in the 40s. He said, if you walk into the production studio of Walt Disney, there are more Jews in the Walt Disney production studio than there are in Israel. So
Oh,
um, it's usually
and there
talking.
are also jokes about Jewish people, like how they took Israel. Like people say they took Israel from the I don't know, from the Palestinians, and
Yeah,
some people say I gave a Jewish refugee a small guest room. Then the next day they didn't let me use the entire room. Then they took the
yeah,
bathroom. Then they
yeah,
took the entire house and kicked me out.
yeah. It's a problem with the Zionism thingy. Some of the I would say there are two types of Israelis. There's like the normal Israeli. They're just living there, not doing anything. They're
Yeah.
just living there. Then you got the settler type of Israeli. They believe that the land is they could take anything. They could take anything. So you can find some videos on YouTube about that. Some people they're just chilling in their house, and this guy comes up and it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take this house." And it's like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" Um, but yeah, I think the American Jewish population they're kind of split on the issue.
Yeah.
Uh, some are supportive, some aren't supportive. Very confusing, but yeah, for I think in Germany back in the day, uh, probably the factor of the success of the group uh, with business, and also